Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another episode of The Keys to Your Home. I'm your host and choice realtor, Blake Jesse. Thanks everyone for joining us for these past few episodes as well as for today. Hope everyone had a good Halloween and is getting ready for the holiday season. I know I'm certainly excited for it. It should be a good year for us. Today's topic is actually going to be 5 things to ask your realtor as you're kind of interviewing for them, whether that's on the buying side or the selling side. Number 1, let's jump right in. Obviously, are you full-time? Clearly, being a part-time agent, they're not going to be up to date on the market as it changes every single day. Every home that's listed and every home that's sold will affect the market pricing, whether that's minuscule or mammoth. It really just depends on how saturated the market is at that point. Also, your agent needs to be readily available. Things pop up in a transaction, and if an agent, is tied up from 9 to 5, they're not going to be able to attend to those matters as an agent that takes this as a career would. Number 2, it's something that's brought up every single time. What is your commission? Obviously, I get it. We all like to save money, but when it comes to choosing an agent, you get what you pay for. Discount agents, typically, they don't do prospecting for buyers. Their marketing isn't as in-depth as others would be. And an agent who charges the industry standard commission will most likely get you a higher price because they should be a more skilled negotiator, and they're going to be up to date on the market and everything that's going on with that. So it should even out in the end for paying that commission versus going with the discount. Typically, it'll yield a higher price, and it'll even out. Number 3, do you have any testimonials? Obviously, people like to give reviews for good customer service. But more specifically, you want to be wary of an agent's communication level with their clients because a lot of stuff does happen behind the scenes, and it's a big transaction. And so, clients, they get a little worried sometimes whenever they're not hearing from their agent. That's one thing I make sure I do is I keep my client up to date, almost kind of in an annoying manner, but keep them up to date on everything that's going on possible. Also, you want to look for their negotiating skills. Most of the time, many reviews of agents will have or some sort of reference of the amount of money that the agent did save them during the transaction. So you want to look for these agents, obviously. More specifically on the listing side of things, you want to be wary of agents who will list your home at any price. I get it. Everyone has a price in their mind that they want for their house. But when you overprice a house, you're doing yourself a disservice. Buyers are going to think you're unrealistic, so they're not going to come check out your house. Further, after you do have a price reduction and finally sell a price to sell at market value, it may be too late, and you may have been sitting on the market for too long and will have to sell under market because buyers are going to be hesitant to make an offer with such a lengthy days on market. Basically, what that tells a buyer whenever the property's been on the market for over the average days on market is that there's something wrong with the house or that the sellers are unrealistic in their demands. So you want to stay away from that. Trust me, it's a fine line because a lot of times clients are going to be like, hey, you're just trying to give my house away so that you can get your commission as fast as possible. Well, that's not necessarily true. I am trying to get rid of your house as fast as possible so that you can move on to your dreams in a faster manner. However, we do need to price the home to sell. We don't want to be sitting on the market for very long. And then number 5, ask the agent, while you're interviewing them about the other homes that are on the market in your area. This is pretty obvious because it'll show the agent's knowledge of the area and just, how prepared they've come for appointments and such as that. Now, I say this with caution because Houston is extremely large and it's impossible to know every house's history. However, the agent should be familiar with the general market surrounding your house or the area that you're looking to move into. Again, this shows how prepared they are for appointments, which is going to be a good indicator of how they prepare for other steps in the transaction. Alrighty, well, there's clearly a lot more that you want to be looking for an agent, but I found that these are probably the top 5 things that potential clients should be looking for. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to be of assistance to you. That's what I'm here to do. Thank you so much for joining us again. I will see y'all in a few weeks. And as always, I make your realty dreams a reality.